In this installment, I'm going to take this value property and replace it with this duration instance. So there's really not that much to be done here, and that's part of why I picked it. I kind of wanted an easy one. The first thing to do is to look at where value is actually used. And inside this method, it's declared. It's used to create this duration object that we're going to make its own parameter. And then it's used here in this use effect as a dependency. Now, this dependency, what needs to happen is every time duration.formatted string changes, the value needs to change. And because duration.formatted string is a result of value, we created duration, and we build the formatted string based on the seconds, that's currently true. But another option is just to paste the formatted string right there. And maybe I'll even pull a constant out for this. In fact, let's do that just to make it prettier. Let's call it duration formatted string. And we will paste that here and here. All right. So that eliminates the coupling. Now the only place that value is used is here, where we create the duration object that we use throughout the rest of the function. So the next step is to go and create a new optional property called duration, and it's of type duration. Now, I want to go to back to where I was, copy this, and we're going to go to everywhere where we call this component, and I'm going to add the duration. Duration equals, paste this. It doesn't know what value is, but in this case, we know value is minsec, so we paste it in. And then I'll go to the other duration input, and we'll say duration equals, doesn't know what value is, but in this case, we know value is maxsec. So now we don't need this to be optional anymore because at every call site, we specify it. And since that's the case, we no longer need this value. We can start to use the duration directly. So to support the transition from the duration we create off of value to the one that's passed in from the outside, I'm going to create a block. In that block, I'm going to, actually, I'm not going to do anything in the block. Once I have a block, this is kind of created in its own scope, I can just destructure duration out of duration input properties, although actually I really want it to be here. I can destructure the duration out, and then I don't need this property anymore because I know every time that it's called, it's passed in with the right value. That allows me to get rid of the block that was there just to create a separate scope. And I can also get rid of this to-do. And yes, I did go in and I did make changes in between the last video and this one. And the changes that I made were, I started noticing too many different things and I couldn't decide which. So I went and added to-dos. I hope there was nobody out there who was like, wait a minute, I wanted to see him add the to-do comments. All right, well, that's how you, oh, wait, one last thing. We'll get rid of this. We don't need the declaration for value, and we also don't need the property. So we can get rid of the places where we use, oops, that's right. We don't need the property, so we make it optional. And then we go to the places where we define it. We get rid of the definitions. And then we can get rid of that property from the interface. And now We've eliminated the raw number value as a string, raw number value as a parameter, and we replaced it with a strongly typed duration value. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope, again, it's inspiring you to start transforming your code when you need to change structure rather than just making whatever changes you need. I'm going to get rid of this to do, and then I'm going to be done. Thank you.